I am so excited. Today is the day. Hi neighbor, my name is Hannah. Welcome back to my channel, Pretty Hippie Me. Welcome to Makeup Monday, and welcome to me finally using for the first time my Christmas present Ace Beaute Oceanic Palette. I am so excited. I have not used this palette yet because I wanted to wait until I could use it with you. Also because I wanted to wait until I got some more better specific brushes. I've been looking for some good crease brushes because the ones that I have haven't really been working perfectly for me. I just got these Sigma brushes when they were on sale recently, and I filmed a whole video where I try these out and get used to them and do this really fun graphic eye look. I'll link it above. But now that I have these brushes, which I'm super excited about, now that I have the right tools, I can give this a good first impression. I can really give it a chance, give it a shot. I will swatch the colors. Sorry, my brain is all over the place because I'm really excited because I've been waiting for a while to open this palette. I have not touched it. I have looked at it several times. I find it both really inspiring and really intimidating. So I just wanted to share the first time I'm using it with you. This is the packaging. How gorgeous. It's cruelty-free. It does not say anything about being vegan. It's like a thick cardboard packaging. The packaging itself maintains that artwork. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I'm gonna cry. I don't know why, just it makes me so freaking happy. We have a mirror on the top here, and it's surrounded by the same gold seashells, and then the color story. It makes me so happy. As you can see, there's not a neutral in the bunch. The only thing close to a neutral is that guy. Could kind of be an olivey brown. So there are 6 shimmers and 9 mattes. Let me swatch these colors for you, and then we'll make a look. Also, this is my first time touching all these colors. I have looked at them since I got it, but genuinely have not touched them. So pretty. I wish I wasn't in shadow right now. What the heck? Do we love this bootleg swatch setup or not? This one is a little drier as a matte, Bali. Okay, so my swatches are not perfect, but I definitely understand the value of swatching a lot more after the Honest Beauty palette debacle. It seems to me from swatching there are maybe 2 matte formulas, and some of them are swatching a little bit more dry than others. Like this Periwinkle shade Bali swatched a little bit more dry than this royal blue shade Blue Clam. Good to know, that's why we swatch. But there's the palette. Here's the swatches. Let's get into the look. Okay, so I have kind of an idea in mind of what I would like to do for this look. I'm definitely gonna go more creative than wearable. Keep in mind, this is a first impression. I have not touched these eyeshadows with fingers or brushes before today. I want to do a green on one eye and blue on the other eye to make sure that I'm using all of these. Let me start with Seaweed in my crease. It's the most kind of neutral-ish shade in the palette. Kind of use it as a transition color. It is a matte, and this is my new Sigma E33 brush. Although actually, let me change my mind. I'm gonna use a little fluffier brush for this one, less precise. So I want this to be a little more of a wash of color. This is better for that. P.S. This is an excellent color on me. If I ever question whether or not I have olive skin, all I have to do is look at olive tones on me, and then I'm like, oh right. And look at my eyes. Like I have hazel eyes, but I think hazel is just code for olive green. It's picking up more pigment on camera, I would say. I'm just so excited. I've been needing greens and blues in my life for a while. Fluffy brush was right for that. It's just a nice light wash. Now I'll go back to the E33 Detail Diffused Crease brush by Sigma. Go really into the crease with Seagrass down here. Ooh, very pretty. Good choice to use these colors together, I think. Oh my God, look at my eye popping like a queen. I love this. Like these warm greens, I feel so good in these. And I just put them on my eye, but I'm just so excited. Like, look at my eyes. They're built for greens. And I just am really excited about having this palette now because green is my favorite color. And I love that I'm putting these on and it already looks so freaking good. I'm gonna use the same E33. I just cleaned it with my JCat dry makeup brush cleaner. And I'm gonna try to also throw Turtle in the crease in the outer corner. I just wanna really wanna get some depth in here. Yeah, Turtle is a little more cool toned, but doesn't not go. I'm doing a little more patting on motions right now. Yeah, I'm not gonna go all the way over with Turtle, but just enough to get that depth in there and get that outer corner going on. I'm gonna go back in with Seagrass with this brush. It says it's a blender brush, so let me see you blend, baby. And then back into Turtle with my E33. Let me bring you out, honey. Gonna go out. We're gonna not necessarily wing, but we're gonna point. Okay. I want to do a green shimmer for the lid. Jellyfish and Anemone are both these like olive looking shimmers. I just want to swatch Jellyfish on the forefinger, Anemone on my middle finger. Just want to swatch them side by side to see. You didn't see that, did you? Let me try that again. Jellyfish on my forefinger, Anemone on my middle finger. There's the swatches, but you didn't see it before. Oh my God, my arm looks like I've been abused, but it's not. It's just I have a fat arm and I rest my arm on the edge of my desk. I promise I'm fine. Jellyfish on my forefinger, Anemone on my middle finger. Jellyfish is a little more cool toned, I would say, and Anemone is a little more warm toned. So I'm gonna stick with Anemone, grab a big old paddle brush, put that on my lid. I wish I had swatched Turtle before I put it in there. That like one cool tone is messing with the warm tones of everything else, but that's what I get. Okay. So maybe I'm just using shades that are just too close together in color because I'm not getting the definition that I wanted. Let me try for Turtle, this E42 brush that I've been using for Seagrass. I'm gonna go in with Turtle because it is a, as it says, precision firm blender. So it's firmer, so it might help the color stand out a little more. I don't mind mixing the warm and cool as long as it looks deliberate, you know? Okay, that looks better. Now I'm gonna I have a clean, dry e.l.f. crease brush. And I'm going to just clean up this area and just blend out a lot of what I have going on in the crease right now. I've never tried any Ace Beaute products before, so I don't really know what to expect from the quality of these. I expected them to be good, for sure, but I have no reason to expect anything other than just I've seen some pretty amazing photos that people have done with Ace Beaute palettes. Ooh, that looks better. The power of blend. I'm going to grab my EO5. I'm gonna take Algae and line my eye. Bottoms up. I don't know how this neon will show up over the olive, but hopefully they're different enough that it should. Kind of looks like it is. Oh my God, Dixie. You scared me. Every makeup video I ever filmed. Hi, come here. Hi, I love you. I know. Because you're so lonely. Okay, I'm adjusting because Dixie wants to be on my lap. Okay, sorry friends. I will note this is my EO5 dry. I did not wet my brush and it's doing pretty well. This is a matte shade, this neon shade Algae. It's coming through. I'm just hugging the lash line here. I'm not gonna try to be too wing crazy. I think the neon will show up more as I get into the darker shades in the outer corner, or it could get totally swallowed up. I hope this look doesn't turn into a, well, I tried, but it's not quite showing up as how I had hoped. How's it look on camera? Oh, it's okay. It's so funny. It just depends on what angle you look at it from. Okay, there's a line there. There's a shape. Let me do a little more touch-up blending. Another layer of the neon in my lash line and pick up some more anemone for my lid. Here's how the upper lid looks right now. I like this. I like how this looks. For my lower lash line, I think I'm gonna try Fiji and my waterline using my EO5. Moving from these warm green tones into some of these nice teals. Oh, Dixie. She's just sitting there huddled on my lap. There's room for her on both of my legs, but she's just kind of sequestered herself to one leg. Why, Dixie? There's room. You're welcome on both legs. There, it's a little waterline. I hope you can see it. And then I'm going to, same brush, EO5. I'm going to take Mykonos for the lash line on the bottom. And go literally like underneath the lashes. It's almost like a matte and shimmer version of the same color, Mykonos and Fiji. They really did like so much with this color story. They could have had so many like neutrals in here. Like a lot of these palettes that are like half blue and half like peach and brown. And I'm like, not worth it. If I want a blue and green palette, bruh, I want a blue and green palette. Ace Beaute, got it. So here's how that looks. We've got a good mixture of warm and cool going on. Let's move on to the other eye so I can play with some of these beautiful blues. Hi, Papa, it's okay. Dixie's still on my lap. So I'm gonna start playing with these blue shades now. The lightest one in here in the palette is this Periwinkle Bali shade. So I'm just gonna lay that down first as some kind of a transition, just like I did with Seaweed on my green eye. I used the same brush. I cleaned it though. Well, I dry cleaned it. It is a matte shade. I love making a look where there's a blue transition shade. This is super fun, guys. Living my blue and green makeup dreams with this palette. Just kidding, it's not like perfect. So this Bali shade is one of the drier matte formulas, and I definitely like feel the difference. Some patchiness. This is not wanting to blend out for me, this Bali shade. It's a little room for improvement. Yeah, this one really, Dixie. Yeah, this Bali shade really does not want to blend. My base is pretty normal, so I don't know exactly why it's doing that. Thankfully, it's like gonna be the bottom shade in the pile, so it doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, let me just, for the sake of science, try a different brush. One of my e.l.f. crease brushes. It's a little more rounded and bristles are a little longer. Well, it's present. So I have my Sigma E33. I'm gonna go in with blue Clam. I'm gonna start with it light because look at how bright this is. Oh, that's beautiful. I want it to stay like that on my lid. Ooh. Ooh. I don't wanna blend it too much because I wanna keep that pigment. But it's, you know, it's natural. It's gotta blend a little bit. I love that. This is gorgeous. Yay. Okay, so we're getting the same thing happening in this eye as we are in this eye. Where like here in the crease, here, There's like, I don't know if it's like patchiness or like the brush is skipping kind of. It might not be the brush's fault or the makeup's fault. It could be my application. I'm just surprised that it's happening. So I'm gonna try on this side, I'm gonna try to fix it. I like clean lines when I can get them. My contacts are drying while I'm doing this. I'm so sorry, my friends. Okay, yay! So that blue Clam shade, I think it's a different matte formula because look at like, that was so much easier than the Periwinkle Bali shade. All right, I'm going to, ooh, I'm so tempted. There's so many different colors I can use. I'm gonna take this shade Lagoon and do that as a outer corner slash a little bit of crease like I did over here with the shade Turtle. I am basically doing the same look, but just using these different colors because there's just so much good here. I don't want to miss any of it. I'm gonna try as much as I can. You know, the color is not that different from Blue Clam. Anybody else? Like it's not, I wanted it to be more different. They look very different in pan. Blue Clam looks a lot brighter on the eye. They're pretty close neighbors. Here, let me swatch Blue Clam on my forefinger, middle finger Lagoon. They're both the same kind of formula. Blue Clam, Lagoon. They're not that different. Like Lagoon definitely seems like the deeper version of Blue Clam, but it's not in practice behaving that way. Instead, they're blending into one color. I want to keep that definition. I don't know if that's a me problem or an eyeshadow palette problem. When in doubt, I default to it being a me problem, but I don't know. I'm gonna go back to the E33. I'm gonna go back to Blue Clam. I'm just gonna try to get a little more. See, look how beautiful and bright that is as soon as I touch it. That's the color that I want. But then I put it next to Lagoon. Like I at least want it to be like an ombre from one end to the other if they're gonna be so similar, you know? I haven't brought Lagoon over to here. So hopefully we should be able to kind of blend it, ombre it out, you know? I mean, regardless, it's a great shade. They're beautiful colors. I just wanted them to be a little more different. All right, let's see what shimmer will grace my eyelid today. I'm looking at either Bay or Marina. Also, can I say Bay and Bora Bora look pretty similar. All right, I have Marina on my forefinger, Bay on my middle finger. Let's do some Marina and then Bay. Ooh, let me try this bright. Well, no, that's again, jeez. They're all like different shades of the same color, different like values, different brightnesses of the same color. What's gonna look more distinct? I mean, it's already happening on my eyes, so like let me go all the way in, I guess, with that idea of everything kind of being different values of the same color. So I'll put Bay on my lid, which is that lighter, brighter one. I'm gonna grab a different paddle brush. So I have Bay. Okay, that's a really nice like natural blend from one shade into the other because it's so like the same color. I like that though, that's not bad. Let me go back to some blending, blendy blend. Just make it nice and smooth. And I'll work with these other two, Marina and Pacific, which are both these like deep teals. I am discovering that among this palette that there are these pairings. These and these, it's like these both are the same color, but one is matte, one is shimmer. Not sure if I love that, but I don't hate it either. Actually, just kidding. I didn't do a matching top lid liner. I think I'm going to, for an upper liner, I'm gonna try Bora Bora. I don't usually try shimmer shades for liners, so that'll be fun. Hi, Dixie. Dixie, please don't knock over the shoe shelf. That's all she wants in this world is to spend time on the shoe shelf. So now Bora Bora and Bay, that is currently on my lid, are like not very far apart. So I don't imagine that it's gonna be super obvious over here. But I'm thinking that kind of like this shade over here, the wing will show over in the corner much more than it does in the lash line right here till we get over here. There we go. The difference is there. It's subtle, but it's there. This is looking cute though. This is like not bad. I can see the difference between Bora Bora, there's a cat hair in there already, between Bora Bora as the liner and Bay as the lid shade. It's subtle, but it's there. So that's good. Makes me feel better. I'm loving this. Wow. I'm doing all right with this. A little bit of fallout. Oh, God. A little bit of fallout. Just gonna ignore that red mark on my face from wiping everything away. All right, great. So now the lower lash line. I want to use Pacific and Marina. I think I'll use this on the waterline and Marina on the lower lash line. Okay, Pacific is a really deep teal. So it'll be a nice contrast, just like on this side. If you're wondering, Dixie is still on my lap. She is sitting upright, not even laying down. So I'm reaching around her right now to do my makeup. I am being as careful as possible. No Dixie will be harmed in the making of this video. If anything, my makeup may be harmed, but she'll be fine. And now to top it off, Marina, which as far as I can tell, it looks like a shimmer version of Pacific almost. Oh no, oh, fallout. Oh, Dixie. She's playing with one of my hair ties and she almost jumped right into my eyeshadow. Before I keep going with this lower lash line business, I'm gonna get a little concealer and just try to touch up this, I don't know, whatever this is that's happening. Fallout under my eye. The concealer I'm using is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. It's been one of my go-to concealers recently. Okay, that doesn't look amazing, but it's enough to bring us to the end of this look. And Dixie left, so I'm free. I love this brush. I love, love, love this liner brush. It is so fun and so precise. Now I'm going to bring this just over enough to meet the upper lash line, like the wing up there. There we go. Okay. Ooh! This is working. All right, so this is my end result eyeshadow look. I'm not 100% done with the look in general. I'm gonna highlight both eyes with my Physicians Formula Petal Glow. I feel like gold will work with both of these looks. I will put a little of this same highlighter on my cheeks. The gold is nice and warm, brings a little warmth to my face. Especially nice over here on the blue side, where I'm definitely got icy vibes going on. Next is mascara, Essence Volume Stylist. Finally, I think I want to change up my lip color. I'm gonna go with navy blue. Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. I like the shape of this applicator. All right, friends, with all the steps completed and all the pieces in place and the lips not perfect, but I spent a lot of time on them already, so I'm just gonna leave them. Here's the look. I'm very excited about having this palette. What I'm learning from this first experience is it's not as easy to make a whole look with this palette, or at least not doing what I did and separating the blue and green, because there are a lot of similarities among the blues and greens, so that they're not as distinct as I would have thought that they would be by looking at the palette. In my opinion, the more subtle differences between certain shades are much more visible on camera than they are in person as well. But I really like this palette. I've wanted it for a really long time. I'm so glad I got it for Christmas. It definitely makes me happy to look at, and I'm glad that I kind of got over my fear and started playing with it. I think we used every shade in this palette. The only shade we did not use was Jellyfish right there. And how about, just for good measure, take some Jellyfish, slap that in the center of my lid. All right. Every shade in the palette challenge. Didn't even realize I was doing it. So I'm really happy to have this palette. I think it will be a great addition to the team that is my makeup wardrobe, a makeup collection. I don't know. I think I can absolutely make day-to-day looks from this by sticking to these shades that look really good on my skin. Like these couple greens, just doing like 1 or 2 colors and that's it. I think it can work on a day-to-day basis. Overall, like, they didn't necessarily blow me away the way that I thought that they would, but I also had a really like magical expectation for this palette because I had wanted it for so long and it was here and it was beautiful. I'm glad that it came down to reality for me, that it's like not perfect and it's okay that it's not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect for me to enjoy using it. The places where it kind of falls short for me a little bit is that the shimmers have a little bit of fallout. I also thought that some of the mattes were a little bit dry, but not all of them are dry that way. Honestly, I think that sometimes the drier mattes are not so good for me because I have oily eyelids and stuff just kind of like tends to stick and not really want to blend out. So if you have drier skin, especially on your eyelids, this might be totally fine for you. I feel like a couple of the shades are a little closer together in color than I wanted them to be, like Lagoon and Blue Clam and Turtle and Pacific. I didn't use them together, but I'm pretty sure if I swatched them side by side or if I used them close together, it would look very, very similar. And then like Jellyfish and Anemone, they're just like a tad more similar than I wanted them to be. There is a really great spectrum and variation of shades in this palette. I think they could have expanded it a little bit more or done like touches of variance of values different, but what I ultimately got in the end, I am very happy with, especially with this being a first impression, first time using it. I like the looks that I came out with on both eyes. I think this one surprised me more than this one because I love how this like glitter liner does end up looking different than the other shimmer. Moral of the story, I'm glad I got it for Christmas. I think it would be worth your money to pick up if you want to get some blues and greens in your life. I also just think this is absolutely beautiful. It's a beautiful color story to look at. It's a beautiful palette on the outside. Like the packaging, I just want to stare at it. I want to hang it up like an art piece. I don't know if there's anything else I needed to say. If I forgot to say something that was important, ask me in the comments below. I'll happily respond. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this palette. Do you have it? Have you used it? What are your thoughts on it? What are your thoughts when it comes to like more bold colors like this, blues and greens? How do you use them in your daily life? Do you use them in your daily life? What's your strategy? And what do you think of the looks that I ended up coming out with? I will see you next for Whatever Wednesday and Fashion Friday. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you and your time and the fact that you are spending your time here with me. So much love. Bye. Dixie, I love you, sweetie. Please don't step on my makeup. Oh, little cat. Hi. Hi, hon. I know, all you want is attention, and I'm looking at the makeup all day. I'm filming. Oh my god. There's... Are you gonna stay there? That's what it seems like. All right. Why don't you come back down on my lap, huh?